Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Steph Curry makes Klay Thompson admission after Warriors-Grizzlies. Golden State Warriors star Steph Curry had a sensational shooting night against the Memphis Grizzlies on Tuesday, during which he finished with 52 points in a 134-125 win. Curry got off to a hot start in the showdown, even making 4 straight three-pointers in the first quarter to allow the Warriors to take control and lead 45-32 after 12 minutes of play. The 37-year-old sharpshooter went 5 of 6 from deep in the opening frame and ended the half shooting 8 of 10 from the field. In the third quarter, Curry added 3 more triples to his tally. Unfortunately, he had to settle for 12 three-pointers made after going 1 of 5 from long distance in the final quarter. In his interview with NBC Sports after the game, Curry admitted that he thought of his former Warriors teammate and now Dallas Mavericks guard Klay Thompson during his hot shooting performance. Thompson owns the NBA record for most triples in a game with 14, and Curry felt that he had a chance of breaking it. However, with the Grizzlies keeping things close, the two-time NBA MVP knew he shouldn't focus on breaking the record and force making shots. The first 2 threes of the fourth quarter, I definitely was thinking about Klay, Chicago, Curry shared when asked when he thought about the record during the game. This is as close as I've been with the amount of time left. But then after that, reality checked in, we got to win the game, so you don't want to sabotage anything. Despite failing to break Klay Thompson's record for most triples in a single game, Steph Curry did surpass his teammate in one three-point shooting record. By making 12 of his 20 shots from deep, Curry broke his tie with Thompson for the most games with at least 12 three-pointers. Steph Curry accepts his harsh NBA reality after Warriors-Grizzlies game. Following a high-stakes game against the Memphis Grizzlies, Golden State Warriors star Stephen Curry reflected on the calls he's not getting during matches and how he has gotten used to this situation. During his post-game interview, it was pointed out to Curry that he could have made 16 free throws instead of just 8 against the Grizzlies. The Warriors star was then asked how he feels about playing through a lot of contact on the court and not getting frustrated about it. In response, Curry admitted that he has faced the lack of foul calls for a long time now and has accepted it as his reality. The All-Star point guard added that he adjusts to how the game is being called and is not letting it distract him, regardless of the situation. That doesn't mean you're passive or giving into it, Curry said, per NBC Sports. Kind of fighting through it and not looking to get bailed out, even though it's not going your way. During the Warriors' 134-125 win over the Grizzlies, Curry posted 52 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists in 37 minutes. He also made 16 of his 31 shots from the field, including 12 three-pointers. Curry's 52-point performance, the 15th of his career, helped the Warriors climb to the 5th spot in the Western Conference standings. This development helps Golden State stay away from the play-in tournament and a potential elimination from the playoffs. With Steph Curry at the helm, the Warriors hope to harness their potential and make a strong playoff run. Hopefully, the All-Star point guard will see a change soon when it comes to the calls he's not getting on the court. Golden State Warriors star Steph Curry had a phenomenal game on Tuesday as the Dubs beat the Memphis Grizzlies, 134-125. It was a tight game throughout, with the two teams tied at 103 at the end of the third quarter. Naturally, emotions were high, especially because both the Warriors and Grizzlies need every win they can get to secure a qualifying spot in the playoffs. With that said, it certainly didn't come as a surprise when tensions arose late in the game. Curry was seen getting into it with Desmond Bane after the Grizzlies guard hit the Warriors sharpshooter and stripped the ball while he was taking a shot in a deadball situation. As seen in a NBC's video that is quickly going viral, Curry confronted Bane with 20 seconds remaining on the clock. The superstar guard got into Bane's face before their teammates and a referee stopped them. Steph Curry definitely had the last laugh. Not only did the Warriors win, but he also made history in the process. Curry dropped 52 points on 16 of 31 shooting, allowing him to climb up the all-time list for most 50-point games. With his 12 of 20 shooting from deep, he also broke his tie with Klay Thompson for the most games, 4, with at least 12 triples. As the Warriors announced, Curry further made history by surpassing Jerry West for number 25 on the all-time scoring list. Indeed, despite the tense moment he had, it was quite the memorable day for Chef Curry. Ja Morant is on the hot seat after making gun gestures toward the Warriors bench. Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant has a pretty shady past, and it means he has to be extra careful with what he does under the public eye. So when the young point guard was seen making what appears to be gun gestures toward the Golden State Warriors bench tonight, it's no mystery why it went viral online. The moment was directly following the Grizzlies' 9-point loss to the Warriors tonight, 134-125, which saw Stephen Curry score 52 points with 12 three-pointers. Ja was in his bag all night long with 36 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists in 33 minutes, but it wasn't enough to secure the win. In a moment of frustration, Ja appears to make a shooting motion, but fans quickly pointed out that he wasn't the only one riled up after the game. Off to the side, you could see several Warriors players making a similar gesture, implying that Morant was only responding to something the opposition did. Of course, Morant is being held to a different standard than his peers. 2 seasons ago, the star point guard was caught in a series of scandals involving threats, potential acts of violence, and reckless behavior. In one of his most damaging moves, he was even caught flashing his gun on Instagram Live on 2 separate occasions. Ja was suspended for the offense, and his reputation across the league was ruined. Without their leader, the Grizzlies fell apart last season, and they are still searching for their identity in this campaign. The loss tonight marks their 4th straight. "Imagine doing this at all," wrote one fan. "Now imagine doing that while losing and about to lose the game. What a fool." Par for the course, though. As for Ja, tonight is a perfect example of why he has to be more careful with his antics in public. While emotions were running high against a familiar rival, he could not afford to step out of line or do anything that might further damage his reputation. "Ja is never beating the allegations," wrote one fan. The NBA is unlikely to punish Morant or enforce any disciplinary action, but some fans believe he should either be fined or suspended, considering his extensive history with guns. "Suspend him indefinitely," one fan argued on X. "Doesn't deserve a second chance anymore. He's been warned, and he didn't comply." Some fans even stood up for Morant and claimed that the critics were overreacting. Ja has already paid for his mistakes, and there are people arguing that he did nothing wrong in this case. "I dislike Ja and the Grizz, but y'all pushing false narratives," wrote one fan. The Warriors bench did it at him first. No matter what happened or who flashed the gesture first, Morant should know better than to put himself at risk like that. With his history and his past mistakes, Ja has to avoid anything controversial or he'll have to pay for it tenfold. Tonight, despite Morant's elite scoring performance, the Grizzlies lost on their home floor and dropped to 6th in the standings at 44-32. They are underdogs in the West this season, and it will take a massive effort just for them to get out of the first round. And you, fan? What do you think about Ja Morant's situation? Write to us in the comments.